Pray 5. Hail Karuga.
Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops direct...
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a... From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, October 30th, 2023. October 30th, aka National Kissing Dax Day. You heard it here first. I am championing this new official holiday. Hashtag Kissing Dax Day. Hashtag Rejoined Day. Hashtag whatever rejoined Kissing Dax. Deep Space Nine is awesome. Anniversary day. The important day is to remember that on this day in 1995, on October 30th, 1995, a Monday, if I recall correctly, and didn't just Google beforehand. Monday, October 30th, 1995, the awesome episode of Deep Space Nine, Rejoined, premiered in the United States on television for the very first time. And it is forever since been remembered as one of the most powerful episodes of television ever aired on broadcast TV to American audiences. And in 1995, when it was still cool to be anti-gay, the Democratic president of the United States was not for gay marriage. In 1995, it was still a bad thing. You could be all types of things, but you couldn't be pro-gay. It's very tough to be pro-gay in politics in 1995. Don't get me wrong. In New York City, nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit. But if you were a national politician in the United States and you had any Like, oh my God, you're pro-gay? Goodbye. Didn't matter. Goodbye. Didn't matter if you were Democrat or Republican. Bye-bye. Take care. You can go sit over there. You're out. You're out for the next 20 years. Other than that, you know, if you're on Seinfeld or TV, it's like, oh, not that it matters. Right? Not that it matters. Not that it matters if you didn't want a life in politics. But it was a big deal. It was a big deal. And on this day in 1995, we saw a woman kiss a woman on television so passionately that it changed everything. And within a generation of this kiss, not only was it okay to be gay, it was actually probably better you were. In fact, there was more opportunities if you were okay kissing somebody of your own gender than if you weren't. And that started here. And Yvette, and Yvette with a 2-pound super chat gets Kissing Dax on this. I hate to tell you, Yvette, everybody gets Kissing Dax today. It is hashtag rejoin day, hashtag Kissing Dax day. Any super chats received today or super stickers will be rewarded with Kissing Dax. It is, after all, Kissing Dax Day. So thank you, Yvette, a lovely Yvette. And thank you to John Araki, who also put in a 99-cent super poop super sticker at the beginning of the stream and has also been rewarded with a Kissing Dax. Kissing Dax reward. Thank you guys, both of you guys. It is appreciated. So yeah. Where are we? LDG first in the chat today says not first of the first. John Aragi puts in just a hashtag, and then he puts in the super pooper poop sticker emoji, and got his Kissing Dax. Thank you, John Araki. Miss Londell's Groovy Movie says Kapla. Kapla, Miss Londell. John Meyer says for Adam Nimoy, every day is Kissing Dax Day. Actually, not so much. It used to be. It used to be the lovely Terry Farrell and Adam Nimoy were married. Were married for some time, but as of 2022, divorced. So I don't think Adam Nimoy gets to kiss Dax all that much anymore. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, brother warrior, Kapla, Jedi Bill. All should hail Karoga. Absolutely. And some Karogan flags and alpacas and a rant. You can hope. You can hope, Jedi Bill. I'm glad to see you're here, Bill. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello and hail on Karoga. Hello, Captain. Last Son of K says Kapla, bird and family. I hope everyone is well. And Nephew O'Prey is looking forward to tomorrow. I hope he is too. Last Son of K. Last I heard, he is. He is. And Last Son of K says, hail chat, and puts in a bunch of Halloween emojis. Happy Halloween, everyone. Absolutely happy Halloween to everyone. And Yvette with another 2-pound sterling super chat says, okay, let's go Kissing Dax. And you will get it. You will get it. Last on the case is Hail the Captain Phantom Nerd.
Up the damn elevator.
Oh no, that wasn't. Oh no, that's 205. 205 puts in a donation, a $1.49 donation. Says, I feel so close to you. 1 hour closer. Greetings from the future. Greetings 205 with your $1.49 donation, which was not a super chat and hence was a eyebrow dax and not a kissing dax. But thank you. Appreciate it. And yes, so for those of you living in Europe or anywhere else in the world where you still have, maybe not everybody else in the world, but those living in Europe where you still have daylight saving time, the United States won't do daylight saving for another week, at least, for another week. November, I believe it's November 6th, or thereabouts, we change our clocks. So for the next week, you guys are an hour closer together than would normally be. So thank you, Random Menace. And LDG with a $5 super chat says, quick, type in chat if you want a chance for the coming storm of bird memberships, T-minus 60 seconds. Oh, thank you so much, LDG. And Forza Jersey with a $2 kissing dax says, come on, bird, make it so. A $2 super chat. You'll get it, Forza. You will get it. I got to get Yvette's. I got to replay Yvette's. There's Yvette's. There's Yvette's playing again. Thank you again to the lovely Yvette, Forza Jersey, and LDG for some kissing daxes. And apparently a member storm is on its way. Yvette says, I'm only 4 hours ahead of the USA until Sunday. Schwario, Kapla Schwario says, Bird 5, Kapla Bird, hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Schwario. Hope you're doing well. Schwario puts in Jack-o'-lantern. Last Son of K has a spooky ghost and some jack-o'-lanterns. And what the fuck? LDG, what are you doing? LDG just gifted 20 channel memberships. Oh my God. 20 memberships. Dan Ben, Mike Richards, Gorilla's Random Thoughts, Bradley Briggs, Cam's Crash Course. Oh, Cam says hello. Hello, Cam. John DeMarco, Cinnabon Bunny, Markrell, Fodder Stomp, Roosters. Oh, my God. Mr. Awesome. Engredia, Todd T-Berg, Sci-Fi Tech, Ken Jack Ben, Josh Street, John Araki, Joe Lau, Resolute Germ, Cody Guy, Taylor Swift, Greater Than Disney Star Wars, and Keely Chow. 20 members just received their membership from LDG, courtesy of LDG. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, LDG. Oh, where were we? I'm so sorry. I mean, seem to have lost my place. Schwario, yes, we got the jack-o'-lanterns. Jedi Bill left a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Dan Ben says UK clocks went back 1 hour recently. Thank you, Dan Ben. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says Kapla, Kapla, Gorilla. Last Son of K says Dan Ben, hello. The U.S. falls back this coming early Sunday morning, 11:05. That's probably true. Bradley Briggs says, Zup, y'all. Zup, Bradley. Low Specs Linux Laptop is in the house. Welcome, Low Specs Linux Laptop. Dan Ben says, night, early morning, yeah. And Yvette, using an 11-month Krogan Citizen Super Chat, says, woohoo, LDG. Absolutely. LDG is making it rain. Making it rain in here like we are some type of high-class Atlanta strip club, of which I've never been. Never been to an Atlanta strip club. High class. Dan Ben says it's 8:01 p.m. UK time. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Miss Lodell's Groovy Movie says, every day should be a kissing Dax day. You know what? I agree. Every day should be a kissing Dax day. It was this day in 1995 that I watched TV and I truly realized that I was a lesbian trapped in a man's body. And people joke, they think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I truly feel that's what I was intended to be. Dan Ben says hello to Yvette. Hakeem says, Kapla, everyone, good to see you on camera. I'm on camera? Oh, shit, that's right. Yeah, I happened to have a doctor's appointment before the stream, so I was already put the shirt on, so I was dressed. So I figured I'd come on camera today. I probably won't be on camera the entire stream, but at least to get it started off this way. Thank you. Schwario, yes, good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate the comments. Forza Jersey says, Kapla, all hail Bird, Kapla. Forza, thank you. Schwario says, Mountain Dew is his kryptonite. That's good to know. Keep a list of everybody's kryptonite. Forza Jersey says, you look good, buddy. Oh, thank you, Forza. Dan Ben says, I never drank Mountain Dew before. Neither have I. But apparently I might be missing a very good thing, because quite a few people tell me Mountain Dew is the best. LDG says, quick, type in the chat. Yes, the coming storm of Bird memberships. Mike Richards put in there wchat. Low Specs on his laptop put in his trademark penguin. They knew what they were doing. And Yvette is only 4 hours ahead of the USA until Sunday. And then the gift of 20 membership storms hit Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cam said hello. Welcome, Cam. Although Cam apparently did not get blessed by the memberships, but maybe Cam has a branded account or something and can't get gifted memberships. The Random Menace says, so super chat, that takes away 30%, gets a kissing Dax, but the donation that leaves you with almost the full amount does not get the kiss. And Yvette with a £2 sterling super chat says, it's been a while, lovely to see you, heart. Oh, thank you, Yvette. It's been a while that I've been on screen. And yes, the beautiful kissing Daxes on it. So yes, Random Menace, the super chat that takes the 30% gets the kissing Dax, but the donation that leaves me with almost the full amount did not get the kissing Dax. Well, the donation, it's still a very good chance at getting a kissing Dax. It's still like a 1 in 3 chance of getting kissing Dax. Whereas today, for a kissing Dax day, I went ahead and just turned all the super chats to kissing Daxes. Yeah, truth be told, I did not think it was worth the effort of changing all the donations to kissing Daxes because, frankly, I was hoping that on the off chance I got a donation today, it would have just been kissing Dax by the luck of the draw. It was like a 1 in 3 chance anyway. You win some, you lose some, I guess. And Yvette with another £2 sterling donation says, great to see you, more Dax. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you. Forza Jersey says, holy crap, nice job to LDG. Dan Ben says, thanks to LDG. Mike Richards gives LDG a thumb up. Yvette says, woohoo, hearts to LDG. Hakeem says, awesome job to LDG. Wow, LDG is getting a ton of respect. Eat it up, LDG, eat it up. Gorilla's Random Thought says, wow, Pickles, thank you. I'll give you a 1 pass on changing your name if you fall asleep on the stream. Cam says, LDG, that's awesome. Very cool. LDG is laughing. And he says, thanks to Gorilla. He says, enjoy, all my good fortune is now yours. I'm so happy to hear you had good fortune, LDG. I hope that means what I think it means. Last Sunday Case says, congrats to all. Great job to LDG. Jedi says, awesome sauce to LDG at Free the Net. Cam says, Gorilla. Hi, Gorilla. And hi to Resolute Sherm. LDG says, and Bird deserves it. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate that. Thank you. Gorilla's Random Thought says, hey to C4. To Cam. Cam's Crash Course. Oh, that's why. Cam's Crash Courses. 4 C's, C4. I get it. Oh, yeah. And there is the great to see you more Dax super chat from Yvette. Thank you again, the lovely Yvette. Miss Lundell says, finally figured out which HDMI to use that turns my big screen into a kick butt monitor. Games and Cosme just got better. Woohoo. Oh yeah, I mean, if you can watch your Cosme on your TV, That's very, very good. Miss Lundell says Mountain Dew is just 7-Up with extra sugar and less citrus. Now, I've not really had 7-Up either. Is it possible I've never had 7-Up? I don't recall ever drinking a 7-Up. Last on the case is I've never drank Mountain Dew, but after seeing it in a clear glass, I never will. Oh my God, what could be so bad? Isn't Mountain Dew just clear? I thought Mountain Dew was perfectly clear. Like, it's funny that no matter what a liquid looks like, you can make it taste like anything. I mean, if Crystal Pepsi literally looks identical to seltzer water, you have no way of determining whether it's Crystal Pepsi or seltzer water. What's the purpose? Like, does color and flavor have any connection anymore? Not really. You can make anything look like anything else. I mean, I'm sure you could make Coca-Cola look red, and you have people think, it must be cherry flavored because it's red. No, it's just red. It means nothing. It's like the color of Fruit Loops. Every Fruit Loop tastes exactly the same. The color has nothing to do with the flavor. There are not 4 flavors of Fruit Loops, or 5 or 6 or whatever. They're only the one flavor of Fruit Loop. Whatever color the Fruit Loop happens to be has nothing to do with the flavor. Mamo Pray. Mamo Pray. Hold up a second, guys. Let me turn the camera off. Okay. There we go. Mamo Frey has to go pick up some food from the door. So Sassy is going to bark a little. And, needed to bypass the camera so she can walk by without feeling awkward. You're welcome, Mama Frey. Mama Frey wanted a substantial dinner tonight, and so she got one. She wanted it from the local Jewish deli. Mama Frey wanted some brisket sandwich, overstuffed brisket. And so she wanted it, and so she should have it. Back to the chat. LDG says, thanks to Gorilla. I read that. Jedi Bill says, awesome sauce to LDG. I read that. Read the Mountain Dew. Yvette loves Mountain Dew. Antiderivative Jill is driving and listening. Kapla Antiderivative Jill. She did a Calto gaming stream in the middle of the night last night. Unfortunately, I missed it. I tried to listen to it. I got maybe 15 minutes in. I got busy. But at some point, I'd like to go back and finish it. Cam's Crash Courses. says, all good, Berto Bray. I just love seeing the kind of support for you and everyone in the chat from LDG. Cheers. Thank you, Cam. I also love seeing the support for me. Word Wizard Captain Finity is in the chat with some popcorn. Kapla, Captain Finity. Cam says hi to Jill, who says hi back. Carlo Albanese says, be kind, rewind. Kapla, Carlo. Jedi Bill says hello to Carlo Albanese. Says hi back. Last on the case says Mountain Dew looks like neon urine. Oh, does it? I've never seen it like out of the bottle. Words and Pictures says Kapla Bird, good to see you. Good to be here. Good to have you. Words and Pictures. Jedi Bill says Kapla. The Random Menace says dew should taste like distilled water, but it tastes like crap. Why would it taste like distilled water? Oh, because it's Mountain Dew. Oh, I get it. The Miss Londell's Groovy Movies says there's a big difference between seltzer water and Pepsi Clear. Been there, done that. Yes, in the taste, but not in the look. Words and Pictures says hey to Bill. Carlo Albanese as in the Mamo Pray and a hug. Last on the case says we love Mamo Pray. She deserves anything she wants. And I will try to give her anything I can. Anything that's within my power to do, I do. Said, oh, thank you, Mama Frey. She says, I'm a very good son. Forza Jersey says, Jewish brisket is my crack. I can eat 10 pounds like nothing. I don't think Mama Frey could eat 10 pounds, but she certainly enjoys it when it's good. Good brisket she enjoys immensely. Gorilla's Random Thought says, since Remini thinks you're a pirate, you should be a pirate for Halloween. Yar, because I got this patch on the eye. I'm a Klingon pirate. Yar. Forza Jersey says latkes too. Latkes? Oh, potato latkes. Potato pancakes. Forza says Pepsi is my favorite soda. I'm a simple guy. That's like Mama Pray's favorite soda too. I've always been a Coca-Cola kid, but more and more I could certainly go with Pepsi. I care less these days. What Mama Pray?
With deli food, they get cream soda.
Oh, right, that's right. With Jewish deli food, Mama Pray gets cream soda. Yeah, she doesn't do Pepsi. She likes her cream soda and her brisket. Last on the case is Hillbilly Piss is an act nickname for Mountain Dew. And last on the case is I thought Bird was dressed as a zombie for Halloween. No. No, I do not have a Halloween costume this year. Last year I had I don't remember. Did I do one last year?
I got the Charlie.
Oh yeah, Mama Bray brought a pit crew. Charlie was a NASCAR race car driver, and I was a member of his pit crew. But we never used it because he ended up sick. And this week, I'm not going to see him. So, oh well. Speaking of ending up sick, I just had a appointment, virtual telehealth, Zoom meeting appointment with my doctor, who happened, my pulmonologist, my lung doctor, concerning my breathing issues, my oxygen issues. And first thing I hear when she connects, first, she's on time, which I always should have known something was off. She was perfectly on time for the meeting. And and I hear, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm sick. I have COVID." I'm like, "Oh my God." She's like, "It's gonna be a lot of coughing." So what do? I say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'm sorry you're sick. I apologize profusely, like she was doing some grand gesture to still keep her appointments, which I guess she was, although to be fair, she was home. She was clearly in her home. But she was also she did what she had, she clearly read my file. She knew what was going on. I couldn't really complain about it. I felt bad now. Like, I feel like this is the time for me to be complaining to you over what's wrong with me. But you cut me off and you say, you're the one who's got COVID. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, now I feel bad for you. It's like, well, this is a waste. This is a tremendous waste of time. The good news, I guess, is that she didn't think I was doing all that bad. So we'll see what happens. Forza Jersey says cream soda, fancy, like pairing wine with a meal. We'll pray. Last Son of K says, I love soda. Yeah, she was just opening it. The Random Menace says, I am totally the homemade elderberry syrup guy, and I drink it with carbonated water. Yvette says, Joseph, I was forced to drink elderberry juice as a kid. Can't stand it now. Yvette says, favorite juice is Robinson's lemon barley water. Favorite juice is Robinson's lemon barley water. I feel like that's a very sad and unfortunate juice to have. I mean, there's apple juice, there's cranberry juice, there's cranberry apple juice, there's grape juice, there's cranberry apple grape juice mix. There's all those juices from concentrate, orange juice, elderberry juice. What the is an elderberry? I don't even know what an elderberry looks like. I don't think I want to know. It's the opposite of a younger bear. I suppose. Let us oh yeah. I was thinking it's time to update the website. The Dear Bop example. I think that the Dear Bop example is probably too old. I don't think anybody even would get it, would understand anymore. Anybody who came here new probably wouldn't understand that this was a joke about Anti-Tracker. They would just think it was some crazy, I don't know, some crazy post. So I was working on redoing the example on the Dear Bop page, and what was I? Oh, it's Rejoined Day, and today we see Rejoined is the 78th episode of the American science fiction series Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the 5th of the 4th season. It originally aired on October 30th, 1995 in broadcast syndication. The episode received a record volume of feedback from viewers for the series, both positive and negative, as it marked one of the first televised lesbian kisses. Set in the 24th century, the series follows the adventures of Deep Space Nine, a space station located near a stable wormhole, blah, blah, blah. The plot of Rejoined expands on the Shrill species, of which DS9 officer Jadzia Dax is a member. And John Araki gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, John Araki. And Positive Candor, Todd Jenny, Deej Odyssey, Captain Infinity, and the Basto Scenario were the 5 lucky people to get memberships from John Araki, along with 20 memberships earlier by LDG, 25 new members from today's stream. Yvette says it's more of a squash. Elderberry. Yvette says, woohoo to John. Mike Richards says, your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The Random Man says, Rejoined is totally a deep space ja. A deep space ja. Cody Guy is waving. Hello, Cody Guy. Bradley Briggs has gifted enough subs so far to make the entire chat members. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Anyway, to talk about Dax was a member of the species of the Trill. They formed a host and symbiont. The symbiont passed from host to host, and the previous one dies. In this episode, Dax is reunited with Lenara Kane, Khan, the widow of one of the symbiont's former hosts. The two struggle to keep their feelings for one another because it's taboo in their species against reuniting with loved ones, former hosts, and they're found as if they work together. What? Wait. The two struggle with their feelings for one another because of the taboo in their species against reuniting with loved ones of former hosts as they work together to experiment on wormholes. This episode was first, the episode was the first that writers Ronald D. Moore and Renee Echeverria worked together and was directed by main cast member Avery Brooks. It was in the first draft, Dax's former partner was written as a male, directed by main cast member Avery Brooks. In the first draft, Dax's former partner was written as a male, but after this was changed, the story was cleared through studio executives. The Trill Taboo was intended to be an allegory for homosexuality and homophobia. Rejoined received a Nielsen rating of 7% on the first broadcast in syndication. Reviews had been mostly positive towards the episode because of its message, but there was criticism that the plot was not exciting enough, and there was a negative reaction from some viewers. Not exciting enough. Not exciting enough. Not exciting enough. What the hell is this? That's excitement to me, motherfucker. How much more exciting do you need? Keep looking. It gets more exciting. Yeah. Not exciting enough. Not exciting enough. Bullshit. Bullshit. Rejoined marked the first time longtime Star Trek writers Ronald D. Moore and Renee Echeverria wrote a script together. They'd been hired by executive producer Michael Filler following separate unsolicited manuscripts submitted during the third season of Star Trek The Next Generation, and had remained on staff of the franchise since. In Echeverria's first draft of the story, there was no lesbian element, as Dax's former lover was male. The Trill Taboo against reunited relationships from past hosts was suggested by Filer early on in the creation of Deep Space Nine, in order for society to prevent aristocracy of the joined, where joined hosts never met anyone new that they did not already know. There was more suggestion to make Dax's former partner a woman in order to tackle the taboo. Goddamn. You see, the more I know about Ronald D. Moore, the more I like the guy. Ronald D. Moore, by the way, the brains behind For All Mankind, currently airing, well, not currently, but about to start airing a fourth season on Apple TV. Anti-Derivative Jill gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Anti-Derivative Jill. Anti-Derivative Jill's membership got gifted to Jimmy Gould. Jimmy Gould. Thank you to Anti-Derivative Jill and Jimmy Gould. And you know what, guys? You guys should join Anti-Derivative Jill and join. She's got memberships for her channel. Now, she does more than I do. She gives special thank you videos. Special thank you videos if you join her channel at a higher tier. You get a special thank you video. Now, I am going to join her channel once I can confirm that these thank you videos. I just want to make sure that she appears in the thank you video. If she does, then I'll probably get more than one. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz is Kafla, Berto Prey 5. Happy Kissing Dax Day. Indeed, happy Kissing Dax Day to you. Random Menace's Deep Space Ja, as in German. Ja means yes, and it's pronounced ya. A word play on Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Ya. Gotcha. Last on the case is as long as they have allow gifts turns on, yeah, that's it. But if you have a brand account, there is no allow gifts option to turn on. Yvette says 24 watching. Lick that like button, please. Jedi Bill says now everyone please smash the like button. 23 watching. I only see 17. Hit that like. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Addie Goes Places. Hello, Addie. Says it'd be really exciting if they 69. Don't say that. Our nephew O'Prey doesn't understand. Last on the case is hashtag bird rant, hashtag kissing Dak. Yvette says Bird's going to be very busy updating the membership list. Yeah, at this point, I'm just going to redo. I'll have YouTube have to export the PDF file, CSV file from YouTube. Jedi Bill puts in a whole bunch of thumbs ups and says, please continue to thumb that like button, please. Thank you. Terry Farrell was happy with the storyline, saying that it made sense for Dax to have this issue because the symbiont had been both male and female hosts, adding that gender wasn't the issue for the worm symbiont. It was a matter of being, it was the matter of the being it was embodied in. She was pleased to be able to stand up for the LGBT community. A similar story had been approached during the first appearance of the Trill in the Next Generation episode, The Host. In its story, however, the symbiont was transferred from a male to female host, and the Trill was rejected by the character that was the Trill's female partner, Beverly Crusher. The symbiont featuring Khan's artificial wormhole was described as a MacGuffin by Moore, and simply a way to get the character into Rejoined. This was not the first subplot to be considered for the episode. The main plot from Bar Association, originally thought of as being suitable to appear in either Rejoined or Crossfire. Instead, the plot, which involved Rom forming a trade union, was expanded into the main plot of its own episode. The Union Man, Miles Atricious O'Brien, 23 shots, fished out of the Allegheny River. He was a Union man. This episode was directed by main cast member Avery Brooks, who plays Benjamin Sisko in the series, and later said that Rejoined was his favorite of the episodes he directed. Let me say, if he said that, then obviously he said that before he directed Far Beyond the Stars. He said the episode was about love and the choices that result from that, and that it was an extraordinary story about losing someone you love and having that person restored to you sometime afterward. Following the death of Jadzia in the sixth season finale, Tears of the Prophets, Farrell suggested the symbiont could be moved to a male character, resulting in a similar situation as Rejoined, between the new Dax host and Worf, as the two were in a relationship at that point. Oh my God. Instead, the symbiote was placed in a new female host called Ezri. The producers did not want Kira Nerys to be the only female main character. The prejudice against reassociation, first highlighted in Rejoined, was mentioned in the 7th season episodes, such as After Image. Oh my God. Could you imagine if Terry Farrell, not that she was in any position to have any of her dreams, or her opinions warranted at that point. She left the show on bad terms. Could you imagine if they attempted to write in Worf going gay? Could you imagine if they put the symbiont in a guy, and the guy goes to the station, and Worf feels some type of feelings towards the guy that had Jadzia's? No, none of that makes sense. That's awful. That is anger-inducing nauseousness. What made sense was what Worf didn't even want to see Ezri. Worf saw Ezri and it's like, fuck you. You're dead to me. Get the fuck out of here. That was Worf. That was real Worf. Fake Worf was the Worf that did her on the away mission when she came to save him, and she ended up getting lost with him, and they ended up on the planet, and they got drunk like school kids, and they're like, oh, we might as well bang before we die. And that wouldn't have happened. That was Worf being written. That was poorly written Worf. I'm sorry. Real Worf would not have ever let that happen. But they wanted to do it, fine that they did it. The writers, the show was coming to an end. They had to, you needed a little bit of humor. So it's this way. Wayun 6 or whatever could say, oh, I always like seeing interspecies mating rituals. Do you mind if I watch? That was all just the setup for that joke. That's why Ezri and Worf had to bang. Oh, Jesus Christ. Visual effects and guest stars. Visual effects supervisor Gary Hutzel and Glenn Newtfield were busy completing post-production work on the opening episode of 4th season, Way of the Warrior. In their place, visual effects coordinator coordinator David Takamura led on visual effects work on both Rejoined and The Visitor. For this episode, two main tasks are the creation of artificial wormhole sequence where Dax uses a force field as a walkway to reach a trapped Kahan. Oh yeah, that one. That was interesting. And Takamura was relieved that the wormhole was intended to be artificial in nature, as it meant he did not have to attempt to recreate the detail already seen in the Bajoran wormhole on the series. Once he came up with the basic design, the visual effects company Vision Art completed it. For the force field scene, Farrell was shot skating down a board painted blue against the blue screen. A mixture of liquid nitrogen and hot water was used to create fog around the ground. Vision Art combined these shots with the force field and footage of the engineering set aboard the Defiant while a staff animator added a plasma glow around her feet as she made contact with the field. Before appearing in Rejoined, Susanna Thompson previously appeared in two The Next Generation episodes, The Next Phase and Frame of Mind. She later appeared in Star Trek Voyager as the Borg Queen, previously portrayed by Alex Creed in the film Star Trek First Contact. Farrell praised Thompson's part in Rejoined, calling her a wonderful actress and a joy to work with. I think you guys certainly made it clear you had a strong professional working relationship. Forza Jersey says, like button, I always do. However, where's the love button? That is a good question. Where is the love button? Gorilla's Random Thoughts is LGBT turned into WTF. Nemesis of Eden says, Kapla Bertobre. I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you, Nemesis of Eden. I hope you are doing amazing. Bradley Briggs says, there's no B in LGBT these days. You have to pick ones. You have to pick one. You try liking men and women, they get mad. Miss Lindell's Groovy Movie says Worf and Ezri were POWs when they did the nasty. Didn't they do it on the planet first before they got before they got captured? Last on the cases, the non-binary contingent of the alphabet community has negated the B with their stupidity. Writers on Deep Space Nine had hinted previously at a potential same-sex relationship in the first season episode Dax, where Jadzia's Dax says goodbye to Anina Tandro, a former lover of Dax's previously male host, Curzon. The first take of the scene resulted in a situation in which an unclear whether Dax and Anina were about to kiss. It was decided at the time it was not appropriate, although the writers had hoped there would be a time when the viewers would accept such a relationship. The theme was eventually realized in Rejoined. Alan Kwan has argued that Deep Space Nine is the only series of Star Trek that resists the heteronormative, I can see the word, I can't fucking pronounce it. Heteronormativity typical of the franchise at the time, citing both Rejoined and the Mirror Universe episodes as examples, even if the presented bisexuality is problematized. Even if the presented bisexuality is problematized. During the 1995-96 television season, there had been an increase in the number of homosexual characters appearing in major television series, and so the same-sex kiss in Rejoined was reviewed in this context. An article published by the Associated Press suggested the kiss in Deep Space Nine was not truly a same-sex kiss due to extenuating circumstances. Namely, one of the characters was an alien who used to be a man. No, that's not. of presenting a same-sex kiss, the episode was clear that Jadzia was actually kissing the symbiont who has the memories of the former host, her male lover, not the current female host. Okay, first, Jadzia is clearly not kissing the symbiont. Okay, Jadzia is not. Do you see a fucking slug? Where is the fucking slug? You know what I see? I see female on female lips stuck together with clearly saliva going back and forth between their mouths, and their tongues are fucking playing hockey. And at no point do I fucking see a slug. Do you see a slug? Fronos, are you here? Nobody sees a fucking slug. I see two women with makeup on, kissing, all hot. And their ears and those spots and that skin, those lips and those smiles, their eyes. I don't see a slug. Fucking extenuating circumstances. Fuck you. Yeah, she was the husband. Jadzia was the symbiont was the male, but
Yeah.
Yeah. During the course of the episode, no characters register concern about Dax being involved with a woman, only that she was an ex-spouse. David Green, a literary critic and author of Gender and Sexuality in Star Trek, said that Rejoined was one of the better received episodes of Star Trek that dealt with homosexuality as a theme, but that the franchise overall had typically avoided LGBT issues because they're not issues in the fucking future. That's the whole point. They're not an issue. Brian Fuller also wrote for Deep Space Nine, said that the franchise had usually avoided those storylines because of the paranoia of the studio regarding homosexuality. Dale Palmer, in an essay on gender and sexual politics, suggested that the choice was made to have a female same-sex kiss on screen because a male one would have alienated the male viewer demographic for the series, heterosexual men. You're goddamn right. Good. You know what? Smart choice. Reception and legacy. Rejoined was first broadcast on October 30th, 1995 in broadcast syndication. It received a Nielsen ratings of 7%, placing it in the 8th place in its time slot. It was lower than share received by Indiscretion, broadcast 1 week prior, with 7.2% share, and Little Green Men in the week afterwards with 7.7%. Well, Little Green Men was also an awesome episode of Deep Space Nine. It's a Monday. It's a Monday night. The night before Halloween, yeah. When the episode originally broadcast, there was strong negative reaction from some viewers. As Deep Space Nine was shown in syndication, one channel in the southern United States took the step of editing out the kiss from the initial broadcast. The mother of scriptwriter Renee Echeverria told him they should have at least issued a parental guidance warning before broadcasting it. More responses were received at the production office from viewers than for any other episode of the series, resulting in several staff members having to take turns on the phone in order to cover the load. The staff found that although the majority of phone calls were negative about Rejoined, the letters were mostly positive. Terry Farrell said in 2015 interview that Rejoined was her favorite episode of all time, and she still had people thanking her for the episode because it gave them strength and it made them feel like they weren't alone. It inspired them to be themselves, and of all the things I was hoping, all the things I was hoping it would do. I love Dax. I love Terry Farrell. I love the character of Jadzia. I love Nicole DeBoer, Esri. But I have a hard time imagining that prior to this going out, that anybody thought that this was going to be that big of a thing. Critical response. Zach, reviewed the episode for the AV Club in 2013, praising the natural manner in which the romance was progressed. Don't give me shit about what people thought about in 2013 or 2015. It doesn't matter. It was what they thought about it in 1995 that mattered. Writing for Playboy, Hoffman ranked the episode 256 out of the 695 episodes in the Star Trek franchise. What? Playboy.com ranked every episode in Star Trek? I guess they really do have articles, huh? Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is Rejoined Day. JP's is in the house. Says, and disappointed there's no scissoring action. You need to have the official Rejoined figure. No, not figure. What's it called? Like G.I. Joe action figure. The official Rejoined action figure with real scissoring action. Cam Crash Courses says Bird of Prey 5, you tell him Bird, not exciting enough. A slugger, nah, just two hot chicks. JP says that's Riza. Cam says hello again, had to step away from keyboard. Welcome back, Cam. Miss Londell says, don't you just love it when Bird goes on a rant? Now, it is October 30th, National Checklist Day. Check. British summertime ends. Like many countries, the UK changes its clock twice a year to extend daylight. Create a great funeral day. Plan on a memorable memorial services for all your family members. No, that's a little dark. Haunted refrigerator night. There's nothing more terrifying than an old moldy food in the fridge. Marlboro anniversary day. Nothing to do with the cigarettes. Mischief night. Like in the 80s and the 90s, like we were scared. The news would talk about mischief night and how the gangs were getting ready to kill us all on mischief night. Like I was, as a school child, I was literally afraid that they were getting me scared. Mischief night was going to be the night all the gangs were going to, basically all the gangs were going to do what they did this last few summers and just, constant rioting. They were 20 years too early, I guess. And then when it turned out it wasn't a night, it was the entire fucking year. Years. National Candy Corn Day. Oh my God. Candy corn doesn't deserve a day. National Publicist Day. National Speak Up for Service Day. National Text Your Ex Day. That sounds like a terrible idea. Don't text your ex. If they're probably your ex for a reason. National Treat Your Pet Day. Oh, Sassy, there it is. We're gonna have to treat Sassy to some cheese. Let your pets have extra fun with their favorite kibbles on this National Treat Your Pet Day. Did you hear that, Mama Pray? It's Treat Your Pet Day. Sassy's got to get an extra piece of cheese. Brisket. Oh my God. Sassy got some brisket. That is a treat. And it's an October bank holiday, apparently. AKA Devil's Night. Yes, that's what a Devil's Night. That's what they used to scare us. They used to scare us. It was Devil's Night, and all of the gangs were in Detroit. The gangs in Detroit. They were going to come and they were going to get us. I don't know how. I don't know how exactly they were going to get us in New York City, but as a kid, I was legit afraid about the gangs. Last on the case is yes, brisket for Sassy. Well, this is it, my guys. There is a first time. There are no Dear Bops. No Dear Bops today. It's fine. I mean, they had them on Friday, so it's a short weekend, No terrible surprise, I guess, that it's a Monday instead of a Friday. We have no Dear Bops, but we don't. Let's go ahead and do Wordle. There's people here, as you know what to do. The first person to put in a 5-letter word will be our Wordle start, and then I will do my best to finish it as quickly as I can after the 5-letter word. If we don't get a 5-letter word, a minute or two. I guess I'll just pick one. Like chain. Chain's a good word. Train's a good word. All right. Fuck you, gorilla. God damn it. Titty. Okay, gorilla. Great. One word, one letter, I. JP says hummus. You can't just say for Dax. Saying titty for Dax doesn't make it acceptable. You see, if you had said like, I guess you can't do kiss, but JP is saying hummus. Miss Lundell is saying breast. HUMU. No, I can't waste two U's when it probably doesn't even have a U. Brusque, penis. Okay, you know what? Because the letters are all different. Yeah, and there is an I will accept penis. Oh my God, did I just say that? And the I is in the right spot, and all the other letters are off. Two Utes, yeah. Well, I can't do Ouija now. I mean, I guess I could, but the eye's in the right spot. So let's and there's no E. Let's see. There's got to be some other vowels. Yeah, clip it. I know. As soon as I said it, JPs. As soon as I said it. What ends? What comes before I? Random Menace says frail. I see. Okay. Frail. There we go. Thank you, Random Menace. That was a quick way of ending it. I applaud you for putting us out of misery. Last on okay. Breaking news. Bird accepts. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's check in on the news. Maybe there's something actual. Breaking news. Rich buyers in upstate New York don't need Airbnb. You know, I'm kind of curious. Upstate buyers are too rich for Airbnb now. For a while in the early days of COVID, it felt as if everyone from the city was either Airbnb-ing it at a house upstate or buying a house upstate to Airbnb it. People are discovering there was this hack to buying a second home and having other people pay for it, says Jennifer Grimes, an upstate broker and the owner of Country House Realty. You could get in on the real estate ladder even if you couldn't afford to buy in New York City. And even if you could afford to buy in New York City, why not earn a little extra money to offset the taxes? Everyone was an Airbnb buyer, Grimes said, or at least it felt like everyone was. 3 years later, things have changed. There's a waning interest in Airbnb-ing. Brokers say it's not just because nearly all the towns in the Hudson Valley and Catskills have enacted regulations to limit the practice. Instead, what they're seeing is that high home prices and interest rates have pushed the sales market into an echelon in which buyers don't have to, and moreover don't want to, rent out their homes to short-term visitors. Before, it was like regular people Airbnb-ing to make their second home work, says Leslie Fati, an agent of Coldwell Banker Village Green Realty. Now, everyone that's buying a house here is rich, and they're like, ew. Megan Jo Cullum, an agent at Country House, says most of the buyers she was working with a few years ago were interested in short-term rentals, and she has witnessed the time shift in the current market. A sentiment I've heard many times is it does not seem to come from the higher net worth individuals is, no way, we don't want strangers in our house. Even buyers who are willing to try Airbnb often abandon the idea once they find out they have to buy in, say, Sorgades instead of Woodstock if they want to make a go of it, says Lisa Halter, a broker and the owner of Halter Associates Realty. People will say, oh, that was just an idea, but I really do want to be in Woodstock. The three-day office week hasn't helped much. What might have been a weekend place for pre-COVID is now more like a 50-50 split for families who can afford to carry a second home within shopping distance of the city. It also doesn't help that buyers were snapping up everything that hit the market in low interest error rate. Weekend visitors paying $600 a night before the cleaning fee want a modernist showpiece with pale wood interiors, not a suburban style ranch near the highway. It's a sea of mediocrity, says one broker in the mid-tier Airbnbs. A number of upscale inns and hotels have opened in the past few years where someone else makes the bed every morning and guests don't have to hunt around for keys on a dark porch when they arrive at midnight. All of this has, of course, led to some buyer's remorse. Grimes said she recently noticed some of her agents were relisting houses people had only just bought. People are not making the money they thought they would. It was a bit of a gut punch, although not too much of a gut punch, she added. Prices in Onslow County, for example, did go up 56% between 2020 and 2022, after all. What did I just read? Upstate buyers are too rich for Airbnb. So you just buy the house now, you don't want anybody renting it. Where did they get this money? Yeah, I know. I asked Malfoy, where did they get this money? She says, I don't know. If I knew, we'd have it. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hey, Pickles, can you get that FU gorilla for me? The Random Menace says, I got it in 4. I could not let you do it in less. Thank you. Admiral Teague. Hey, Admiral Teague. Kapla. Admiral Teague, I don't know what you might have heard, but if you've heard, I do not accept penis. Admiral Teague says, the woman who owns the apartment above me simply Airbnbs it. It's occupied most of the time. Gorilla says, hey to Teague. And Teague says, I've been to Saugerties. It's the middle of nowhere and boasts nothing but a nearby mall. And it's pretty far from Manhattan. Admiral Teague says, the article seems to have confused Orange County, New York with Orange County, California. Hail Karoga, hail Karoga. Miss Lundell says, so the Airbnb thing went the way of house flipping real quick. And Yvette, with another £2 sterling super chat, says, last one, happy Kissing Dax Day. Thank you so much, Yvette. Happy Kissing Dax Day to you. LDG says, Teague, thanks for the TOS watch parties. By the way, I'll be in any you do. That is the last good track I need to catch up on. So, yeah. Let's see. Superstorm Sandy, 11 years later. Oh, yeah. It's 11 years since Superstorm Sandy. What have I got? Biden will sign executive order addressing AI. 48 minutes ago, Joe Biden wants to move fast on AI safeguards and signs executive order addressing his concerns. What does he think his executive order would possibly cover? President Joe Biden on Monday signed an ambitious executive order on artificial intelligence that seeks to balance the needs of cutting-edge technology companies with national security and consumer rights, creating an early set of guardrails that could be fortified by legislation and global agreements. Before signing, and there it is. Thank you so much to the lovely Yvette for this Kissing Dax Day. Before signing the order, Biden said AI is driving change at, quote, warp speed and carries tremendous potential as well as perils. He said warp speed, guys. You know what that means? He owes Paramount money. We all do. AI is all around us, Biden said. To realize the promise of AI and avoid the risk, we need to govern this technology. The order is an initial step that is meant to ensure that AI is trustworthy and helpful, rather than deceptive and destructive. The order, which will likely need to be augmented by congressional action, which means legalized, seeks to steer how AI is developed so that companies can profit without putting public safety in jeopardy. Using the Defense Production Act, the order requires leading AI developers to share safety test results and other information with the government. No, there's under what? The National Institute of Standards and Technology is to create standards to ensure AI tools are safe and secure before public release. The Commerce Department is to issue guidance to label and watermark AI-generated content to help differentiate between authentic interactions and those generated by software. The extensive order touches on matters of privacy, civil rights, consumer protections, scientific research, and workers' rights. White House Chief of Staff Jeff Zients recalled Biden giving his staff a directive when formulated an order to move with urgency. We can't move at normal government pace, Zients said to the Democratic president. The Democratic president told him, we have to move as fast, if not faster, than the technology itself. In Biden's view, the government was late to address the risk of social media and how U.S. youths are grappling with related mental health issues. AI has the positive ability to accelerate cancer research. Right, he was already supposed to give us the cure for cancer, model the impacts of climate change, boost economic output, and improve government services, among other benefits. But it could also warp basic notions of truth with false images, deepen racial and social inequalities, and provide a tool to scammers and criminals. With the European Union nearing final passage of a sweeping law to rein in AI, with the European Union nearing final passage of a sweeping law to rein in AI harms, and Congress still in the early stages of debating safeguards, the Biden administration is stepping up to use the levers it can control, said to digital rights advocate Alexandria Reeve Givens, president of the Center for Democracy and Technology. That's issuing guidance and standards shape private sector behave, a leading example, the federal government's own use of AI. It builds on voluntary commitments made by technology companies. It's part of a broader strategy that administrative officials say also includes congressional legislation and international diplomacy, a sign of disruptions already caused by the introduction of new AI tools such as ChatGPT that can use to generate text, images, and sounds. The guidance within the order to be implemented and fulfilled over the range of 90 to 365 days. So basically, probably nothing. Putin calls for a meeting after mob storms Dagestan airport, looking for Israelis. That's not good. What do we got? What do we got? Russia, Mexico. Technology. For me, Los Angeles model found dead. Why would this be for me? Found dead in her refrigerator. For me, Los Angeles model found dead in her refrigerator with wrists, ankles bound. I don't need to know that, Fox News. I mean, I feels bad for her, but that's a weird article that you think I wanted to know about. The Matthew Perry obituary. I mean, I feel really bad for him too, but like, I never watched Friends. He was not one of my. I had no idea he had a whole bunch of. Like, I'm guessing, like, they don't tell us, but is it pretty much assumed that it's suicide? I mean, they said that there was no foul play. He was in his pool. I mean, he had, okay, I don't know if it counts as suicide, but if you get really high and really drunk and you go swimming and you fall asleep in your, in a pool, does that count as suicide? Because it's, I feel like it's not murder, accidental. Yes, there are worse ways to go. Trump's plan to slash the government could succeed. Graphic pro-Israel ads make way into children's video games. Not a whole lot here. I guess we could take a look. Let's take a look at what's going on Twitter. Meteorologist Katie. I told my pumpkin about the snow on Halloween. Let's just say he isn't thrilled. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. Reasons to like Star Trek, the original series, the 3rd season. It's definitely the weakest season of the original Star Trek, with many bona fide cringeworthy moments in episodes like Spock's Brain and The Children Shall Lead and Turnabout and Truder. But there are also many reasons to enjoy it. Well, that goes without saying. There's Darren. Hey, Darren. Name this legendary band from the early 80s. I have no idea. The travel issue has been issued. Star Trek question. How does Starfleet Academy train so many people on that relatively small campus in San Francisco? Wouldn't it make sense if they had both literal and figurative satellite campuses as well? I am assuming they do. You just have to go there and sign in. Once you're in the building, they can beam you anywhere. Beam you to the fucking moon. The Common Nerd. It only took them 6 hours. Glad I didn't let it ruin my weekend. And thanks to all my amazing friends who have come over to Rumble Video. We will be streaming again tonight, twice daily on Rumble for the foreseeable future. The Common Nerd. We have reviewed your video. We reviewed your appeal for the following. The Common Nerd. We reviewed your channel carefully, and we have confirmed that it violates our sex and nudity policy. We know this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure YouTube is a safe place for all. How this affects your channel. We won't be putting your channel back up on YouTube. Thanks to the YouTube team. The Common Nerd. All right, I don't recall The Common Nerd, but it seems like an odd an odd issue to have. The common nerd. YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Admiral Teague with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Admiral Teague. Says dyslexia interpretation, free decoding my chats. Dyslexia interpretation, fee decoding my chats. Thank you. Have I had the Dear Bop shit up this whole time? God. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah.
LDG says hashtag AI life. Miss Lindell says, okay, politics just got involved with AI. They screwed it up for everybody. LDG says, I'm lucky if I remember 3 or 4 TOS episodes, let alone have a favorite one yet. They're talking about what's their favorite TOS episode. Last on the case is Dementia Joe thought he was swapping an autograph for extra tapioca pudding. He's so clueless these days. He still thinks he's in the 80s. LDG says, good luck with that, Biden, not going to happen. Admiral Teague says, as we all know, Skynet achieved awareness on August 24th, 2016. So what's the point of a law now? Last on the case is the Dems could use AI to show the American public that he's competent instead of the drooler sitting in the corner in a messy diaper waiting for more pudding that he actually is. Admiral Teague says she must have really to self-delete that to herself, then suddenly stuff herself in the fridge. Who was she looking to frame? Bradley Briggs says he had a heart attack. I think I heard he said somewhere. Admiral Teague says he was in the hot tub and he had an aneurysm, but the term is death by misadventure. Admiral Teague says, I think he had an aneurysm. Yeah, I guess that's possible. Heart attack in a jacuzzi, that's also possible. Admiral Teague says, Gorilla thoughts, I think he OD'd on prescription medicine or was just messed up from years of self-abuse. Yeah, I don't care. Not that I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Let them have their privacy. It really doesn't matter to me, I guess. It certainly doesn't matter to me. Star Trek Jellicoe. There we go. One of the few reasons I still use Twitter. Halloween is approaching. With Halloween approaching, I got you something special. Really? How nice. It's a Starfleet uniform. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. City skylines. Have you experienced the full eclipse yet? No. I can't even fucking get the game to run nicely. Beagle. That I tell you, That is not Sassy. Sassy does not have that kind of energy. The undiscovered Mugato. I do not care for AI art. However, these images from Starfleet Academy on Instagram look like a Starfleet Academy show I could actually watch. Are these AI created? Those look like they're AI. That does not. I don't need to know what that is. Yeah, Beagle. Beagle. Yes, I like the Beagles. And Gene, oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. South Park. The Pandaverse. So everybody, and I mean everybody, seems to be doing a video about how Trey and Matt, how the South Park guys have attacked Kathleen Kennedy, and that they're all saying that isn't it crazy that's like they went after Kathleen Kennedy and that Disney has been attacked, and it's everybody seems like, oh my God, we got to win. This is a win for the fandom menace. And isn't it's and it's not, I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked it. I liked the show. It was funny. Yes, I laughed. It was a funny, it was a funny special into the Pandaverse. But I think people are calling this a win way too much and way too soon. And to be completely honest, I don't think they understand. Trey and Matt Parker are Trey, is it Trey Stone and Matt? I don't even know. I'm not sure their names, but Trey and Matt, the South Park guys, they are fucking geniuses, okay? They might be the smartest people in the room most of the time. And to everyone else who thinks that they are, you're probably not. You're probably, if you're in a room with Matt and Trey and a dozen other people, you're probably not the smartest one in there. Okay? And they know what they're doing. And let me tell you, the fact that they made Cartman be the person calling out Kathleen Kennedy, that is key to the fact that they were not calling out Kathleen Kennedy themselves. Okay? You have to look at the characters. If it's Stan or Kyle, that is Trey or Matt calling out something. If it's not Trey, if it's not Stan or Kyle, if it's anyone else in the show, well, yes, those guys are writing the script, but it's not as if it's coming from them. Stan is one of them, and like, I don't know if Stan is Trey and Matt is Kyle, whatever, but one of this is each of them. If it's not from Stan or Kyle, then they don't fully believe it. And let me tell you, the fact that it's coming from Cartman is the joke. Cartman is the joke to them. They don't like Cartman. Cartman is the person who's going to grow up to be a nobody. He's going to be he's going to be garbage. In fact, he's presented as garbage. Nobody is supposed to have any respect for Eric Cartman. And in this most recent, the special they did just before this one, the previous special, the end of COVID 2 special, whatever, they did a 30-year jump into the future, and you saw what all their lives were like in their 30s or whatever. All the kids' lives were in their 30s, and Stan had come, I don't know, he was in the military or something, and Kyle had had a family, and everybody, the whole town grew up. Everybody had families, or they went on, they did things, they traveled, they became special, they did something of some importance. Even Kenny. And the one person who was outside, a homeless, clearly mentally ill homeless person, cursing up a storm, and it was Cartman. And they talked about, like, isn't it crazy? He's the only one of us who didn't amount to anything his entire life. And it was awkward that he was outside in the fucking garbage of the fucking restaurant, where everybody else was having a meetup. Cartman is a joke to them. And the fact that they portrayed everything that Kathleen Kennedy did was from Cartman, that's them saying that, yeah, we get it, but we're not in on this. You think we're making fun with you, but we're making fun of you. And the fact that everybody who made a video in the last 24 to 48 hours all say, yeah, this is so great. It's so great. No, it's really not that great. It's okay. I laugh, but I'm not going to make a video to stand up and say, yeah, you guys are so, no, you weren't that great. I see what you did. I know what you did. You didn't stand up and say, Kathleen Kennedy is all these things. You stood up and you said, Cartman said Kathleen Kennedy is all these things. And I know what that means. Anyway, I hope that's understandable. Admiral Teague says Jellicoe, like Pulowski, isn't well liked by the crew. but improved all the characters he interacted with. Equal with Forever After. Bradley Briggs says you need an entire Borg cube to run city skylines at reasonable settings. Admiral Teague says Starfleet Academy, a stolen pitch from a Gossip Girls writer. Admiral Teague says the Panda Good was so good, I watched it twice. Last on the case, and it is good. But it don't let them think that that they want that you see. They're not. That they did not do any favors by aligning Kathleen Kennedy with Cartman. Last on the case is Gina's tweets were awesome on this. She nuked KK and the idiot who said she lost her mind from orbit. Ms. Lundell says South Park does that to everyone. Big whoop. Admiral Teague says South Park guys took on an entire religion and were canceled. That play is still running and that cancellation failed. They don't fear Disney. The Mormon Church is not the religion that canceled them. It was what's its face? Scientology. Scientology is the one that attacked South Park, not the Mormons. Alex says, I get your reasoning, but they sort of mock Disney real effing hard. They mock Disney really hard every season. They mock Disney with and China. They mock Disney and China like last season with the Disney guy with the Mickey ears and in China pretending to be Winnie the Pooh. They don't mind going after Disney, but when they really go after Disney, it's when it's Stan. When it could be, it could be Stan's father, Randy. But if it's not Randy, it's Stan or Kyle. Randy, Stan, or Kyle are the guys. Are when it's meant to be coming from Matt or Trey. When it's not coming from Matt or Trey, they're just playing kind of devil's advocate. Jedi Bills is the top 20 got to watch Halloween movies to watch in October with special guest deleted scenes and a link. Guys, check on Jedi Bills top 20 got to watch Halloween movies. Admiral Teague says, hey there to Jedi Bill. Hakeem says, I agree. A lot of people are thinking they are taking a stand because KK without seeing their full message. They were smart to do it that way because they get more Fran from it. Yeah, they did. Ms. Lundell says, join me tomorrow for a Halloween special presentation of House at 3 p.m. Central Time. Here is the link. And Admiral Teague says, is the lawsuit cancellation attempt by the Scientologists because Book of Mormon, they call Mormonism Scientology light? Maybe. I do not know the details. Anyway, guys, I think that will do it for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you all so much. A big, obvious, special thank you to LDG 20 channel memberships, and also to John Araki for another 5 channel memberships. today. Thank you guys. Thank you to Yvette. Thank you to Admiral Teague. Thank you to Antiderivative Jill, who also put in a channel membership. Yes, thank you. Thank you to everybody. And of course, to Random Menace, who gave a donation unhampered by YouTube fees. Thank you to Forza Jersey, also for a super chat, and John Araki also for the super poop super emoji sticker. I'm going to have some dinner now, and we'll call it an evening here. Kapla all. Later all. Bird. Oh yes, check out the underground. Go hang out with LDG, and maybe I'll be back there a little later at freethenet.org/underground. Kapla all. Bird out.